we discussed about the many stories which actually glorifies the month of Damodar, and also we saw how there are different vratas can be taken. A bit of it we saw. So we thought today, there are many festivals in this particular month. We can keep talking about it, but at least we thought we will highlight a few. And so how auspicious that we are all getting ready. We all like to, host, find somebody where we can host a program, Damodar program, so Damodar can enter all our homes. And an opportunity we give for our friends, colleagues, family members, everyone, because it is very, 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 very auspicious. So, with that note, yeah, we will start. Just, yeah. Okay, so we all know that it is, we have been celebrating this, observing this month of Damodar for many years. Many of the devotees who are part of this Bhakti Vriksha congregation have been observing this for not just observing, but also doing various programs on this very special month. So we see that it's full of festivities. Starting from tomorrow is Sharad Purnima, which we will talk about it soon. Ending with so Sharad Purnima. It is also the disappearance day of Murari Gupta in the Kartik tomorrow. So basically, tomorrow some people have started today itself because the moon has come today. Of course, officially in Soho, tomorrow is the Sharad Purnima. Sharad Purnima is tomorrow anyway in both the temples. Some of the temples have started today itself, the first day of Kartik. But anyway, it is Purnima to Purnima. So we have Sharad Purnima, tomorrow being Sharad Purnima and ending with Kartik Purnima. So in between, loads of festivals are there. So the very first day, Sharad Purnima, Sharad season, it is the autumn season, on a Purnima, the full moon day. It's a Vrindavan is, like there's a lot of beautiful description of Vrindavan by our acharyas, and Narottama Das Thakur is this very famous, song, Vrindavana Ramya Sthana Divya Chinta Mani Dama Ratana Mandira Manohara Abrata Kalindi Nire Raja Hamsa Kili Kore Tahe Shobe Kanaka Kamala. So Vrindavan is such a beautiful place. Ramya Sthana, a very pleasant place. Divya Chintamani, it is like a transcendental touchstone, Vrindavan Dham. Ratana Mandira Manohara. So it is a very beautiful Ratana Simhasan is there where the divine couple Radha and Krishna are seated. And there it is the Rajahamsas, the royal swans. They are beautifully playing in the waters of River Yamuna. So like that, a beautiful description is given. And so the wonderful pastime of gopis, Krishna, doing the rasa dance happens in the Sharda Purnima, the Vamsiva tree, under the Vamsiva tree and the banks of Yamuna. So and this is a very beautiful pastime where we also see later the Gopi Geet is also, this is a month, it is very auspicious to sing Gopi Geet. So in many of the temples, actually, they also Damodara Ashtakam is one of their very recommended song because the entire Damodara Ashtakam sung by Satyavrata Muni is actually the Leela. The Damodar Leela he has sung in the form of a song. So whatever great devotees they sing, when we actually sing those songs, then Krishna becomes very attracted. Mm. So one of the easy ways to attract Krishna is to follow the instructions of all great pure devotees or do things which they have already done and following their footsteps. And one of the things is the songs sung by great acharyas, pure devotees. When we sing for Krishna, then Krishna becomes very attracted, because these acharyas, they are not singing this song just because it's so poetical, or the words like they're using a high vocabulary, or to show their scholarly you know a scholarship, or their depth of knowledge. No, they are not writing for those purpose. They are writing with a lot of devotion. And we see all the acharya songs, so much love. It is actually filled with love for Krishna. Every word has got so much, is the words are coming from their core of their heart, which is filled with so much love, prema for Krishna, and so much gratitude. They value every single thing what Krishna has given in their lives, and they have love for all the compassion, and love for all the living entities, because they are seeing everyone in connection with Krishna. So just imagine, in that mood, they are offering a song for the pleasure of the Lord. So naturally, Krishna is so attracted, to those words or those songs of these great personalities. And when we repeat it, even though we may be qualified, not qualified, we don't have the prema or have prema, or whatever it may be, just by even accidentally repeating those words without even no emotions, still Krishna says, who is that who is actually repeating the words of my dear devotees? So this is one of the ways we can attract the mercy of Krishna. That's why one of the recommended vrata, in the month of Kartik, even the simplest one we can do is offering of a lamp and reading or singing the Damodar. We may not even sometime know the tune. That doesn't matter. At least we can read it. We can, there are many songs now, technology has developed. We can put the song in YouTube. We constantly hear it and repeat it with the words, with the lyrics. Then we will memorize also. And we can we can learn the song, how to sing. So this is a simple activity. In every single day, if we can do this, the entire month of Kartik, that is considered as a topmost vrata. There is so many vratas we can do in the month of Kartik, and one of the most recommended is singing the Damodar Ashtakam song and offering of lamps. So that is why this is very, very dear. And there are many other recommended songs also in this month. One can actually sing for the pleasure of the lordships. Because this month, the predominating deity, the presiding deity of this Kartik month is Srimati Radharani. She is also called Kartika Devi. So we are trying to please Srimati Radharani this month. So in that way, when Srimati Radharani is pleased, then she will recommend us to Krishna. So that is the mood. So we are seeing every single opportunity, whatever we have got, how we can actually please Srimati Radharani. So even from singing this Damodar Leela, because Damodar Leela, it is in a song form, it's a Damodar Ashtakam, the 8 verses. So if anyone sings Krishna's glories, Krishna's pastimes, Krishna's qualities, Krishna's name, who gets very easily pleased? Srimati Radharani gets very easily pleased. So in that way, we can attract the mercy of Srimati Radharani. And also, who gets pleased? Srila Prabhupada, the acharyas, all the acharyas gets pleased. And who are the acharyas? The acharyas are all the confidential servants or associates of Srimati Radharani. In spiritual world, if we see, all the manjaris, the gopis. So the gopis are the direct servants of Srimati Radharani. The manjaris are those who are younger gopis. Actually, they're very young in age, and they actually assist the gopis. They don't directly try to serve Radharani, but try to serve they try to serve the gopis who are serving Srimati Radharani, the mood of servant of the servant of servant. So when we take all the acharyas, like the Goswamis also, Rupa Goswamis, Rupa Manjari, And then Sanatana Goswami's Lavanga Manjari, like that. Each of the the Goswamis or Manjaris, and also all the different acharyas, like uh, you know. Uh, in our Guru Parampara, they are all eternal associates of Srimati Radharani. So when we glorify Krishna, or when we glorify Srimati Radharani, naturally they will be happy, isn't it? Because they are the associates of Srimati, confidential associates of Srimati Radharani. So that is why this month our mood is the top of the list. What is the mood? The mood is, how can I make the Guru Parampara, like Srila Prabhupada and all the acharyas happy, because they are all the confidential servants of Srimati Radharani. In that way, how can I make ultimately Srimati Radharani and Krishna happy? That's all. So that is the mood. Our offering of lamp is also in that mood. It is, they say, offering of lamp, like we know Diwali, we offer lamps. What's that? It's a lamp of love. you know so the lamp of love we are offering to the Lord, with that mood of loving emotions. It is not like 4 2 3. Generally they say, four to the lotus feet, two to the navel, three to the face, and then seven times around the body. Yeah, the number is there for reason, but not that we are just concerned about the number and we forget the purpose or the mood. So this is something we all want to try, because the conditioned soul, for many lifetimes, we are brahmanda brahmite kone kore bhagyavan jeev guru krishna prasade by bhakti lata bij. So many lifetimes we have come to this material world, taking various different bodies, and we have totally forgotten Krishna. So it is very difficult, because the conditioned soul's natural default mode is enjoyment. Even offering of lamp also, it is not wrong, but it is not pure. Like, offering, I offer the lamp because, maybe in my life all auspiciousness comes, I become very happy. I want to be, I want this comfort, I want that, I want this, you know, generally that is the tendency. The mood is that. I'm not saying it is wrong. Who else we can ask for? Of course, Krishna. Krishna can give anything what we want. But we also constantly make an endeavor to see that this is what I have been done in all my lifetimes. But this Damodar, I want to make a conscious effort to see that I'm actually offering a lamp not for myself. I want to make even to make that effort is very difficult, because we are very deeply conditioned to always receive some blessing, receive something for my own enjoyment. That's a tendency naturally. But this is an effort we are making, and this effort will be very much appreciated. You know why? We may not be pure devotees, but when we make an effort to offer a pure devotional service, just an effort, we are failing, but we are making an effort. That itself will please Srimati Radharani. That itself will please all our Acharya. Oh, this person, this conditioned soul, even though is fully soaked in sense gratification, yet making an effort to love me purely, to offer me a service in a pure spirit. So that will be very much appreciated. So here we are not to achieve, that will take time, that will take time. But all our endeavor is that I want to consciously make an effort. Naturally, it will go to that mode, but I'm going to pull my, mind back. Hey, come on, like this time. Let's, fine tune my consciousness. Krishna, I want to do something for you. Offering of a lamp in that mood of love and devotion, in a mood of gratitude. You have done so much for me. This is a simple lamp offering I want to offer for you. Damodar can be singing, remembering Satyavarta Muni, how much love he has sung this song. And the Damodar Leela, the beautiful Leela of the Lord. Why the Lord has to come and do all this? Just to attract the conditioned soul, so that in this material world our mind is distracted and diverted to various things in this world. Uh, we give our heart to so many things which actually is not worthy of giving. But yet, our heart, we give for so many people, so many objects, Yeah. But Krishna comes like this to does all these beautiful leelas so that the conditioned soul feels, wow, Krishna looks so beautiful as a child, what he did and what did he do on the various pastimes. Then that heart which was, got lost in all the material things may little bit turn towards Krishna and then get attracted. So that's why Krishna is doing all this. So, and the acharyas are also constantly reminding us. So this is a opportunity we can try our best. So Satyavrata Muni, the song, Damodar Ashtakam song, singing is considered as one of the topmost vrata. Fasting is sometimes may be difficult. Many other things maybe we may find it very hard. This is something the easiest anyone and everyone can do. So we want to every single day sing the song and then read the meaning also so that we know what we are singing. It is full Damodar Leela. So in that way, every single day we are reciting the Damodar Leela for the pleasure of Krishna, Srimati Radharani Krishna, and all the acharyas. And also, we are not only doing for ourselves, we want to many people to make them sing Damodar Ashtakam. That means we are going to various homes. We are encouraging many people to do the home program so we can go there and then they also hear the Damodar Ashtakam song. We give them the Damodar pictures so that the whole month of Damodar they can just imagine if you are not going, who else going to give them? Right? So we want to grab that opportunity. Let me become an instrument. Let me go as many homes as possible. Let me knock as many doors as possible. Let me put a table and inspire so many people, to take up this month, at least even if they can do 5 days, 10 days, 20 days, whatever. But then we want to inspire as many homes. Damodar is going there. And then we are giving them a picture so that not only one day they are doing, the rest of the month they can also offer and they hear and sing Damodar Ashtakam. It's very beautiful. So the other songs are like Gopi Geet, then anything in connection with Srimati Radharani and Krishna, like Radha Krishna Pranamur, Radha Kripa Kataksha, many Radhika Ashtakam, um, Govardhan prayers, because Govardhan Puja also this month comes. So many prayers are there. So any prayer connected to Krishna and Radharani, we can say, and Gopi Geet is considered one of the very important, song. And Gopi Geet is very attractive, to Krishna, because it's sung with so much love by the gopis. And also, it attracts Mahaprabhu also. King Prataparudra Maharaj tried so many ways, to get the mercy of, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but he could not because he was a king. And then Mahaprabhu said, I don't want to see a person who is materialist. He was just actually, as being a sannyasi, Mahaprabhu wanted to set some example, and but then the devotees gave a lot of ideas, and then finally they said that you go it as a simple cloth, you go, and then where Mahaprabhu is resting after Ratha Yatra, you go there and Jagannath Vallabh Gardens, where he's resting, you go and massage him, and then you sing Gopi Geet. So then he took those instructions and he sang, and what did Mahaprabhu do? Immediately gave, hugged Pradhaprabhu Maharaj, who has sung this so much. He went into great ecstasy. So in that way, by singing this Gopi Git, he got so much blessings. He attracted the attention of Mahaprabhu and his mercy. So this is something very wonderful. We can try to do that in this month. And Sharat Purnima is at pastime of Srimati Radharani, Krishna, and all the gopis happening. Even tomorrow, when we go to either, if we get an opportunity to go to see Shri Radha Landanishwar, Shri Radha Gokulanda, we can see that they are very beautifully dressed with the full moon, in the decorations, like a kind of giving us, setting the mood of being in Vrindavan with the Vamsiva tree, Yamuna, those kind of thing. So this is a very special pastime. Of course, Srila Prabhupada said that being the beginners or the practitioners of sadhakas, um, we appreciate, we appreciate all these pastimes, but we don't go so much detail into all these pastimes of Rasa Leela and all that, because we are not in that very elevated consciousness to properly understand and appreciate. So I'm not going into those details. But then tomorrow is also the disappearance day of Murari Gupta. And who is Murari Gupta? Murari Gupta in Krishna Leela, I mean, Murari Gupta in Chaitanya Leela, he was actually a physician but a very close associate of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, is none other than Hanumanji. He came as Murari Gupta to assist Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in his pastimes. And Hanumanji's mood is what? Selfless service, right? And not just selfless service, uninterrupted service. We know in Rama Leela also, Hanumanji is always looking for service. He's always in service. Even if nothing is there, we know that, he once he did not have every service was taken by everybody, and then finally he took the opportunity to, making the sound like this, when Lord Rama is yawning. So he's someone who is always in the service spirit, dasya, the mood of a servant, always in that consciousness. So tomorrow is being the first day, we can always remember Hanumanji, pray to him to give that blessing and mood to be a selfless servant of Krishna, because that is our original constitutional position. A person who becomes more selfless, even in a family to some extent, if you see in a material platform also, in a family or in any place, when someone becomes little selfless, then actually that touches and conquers the people around. So, what to speak about Krishna? When we offer selfless love, Krishna is completely purchased. And all the pure devotees of the Lord, their love was completely selfless, unmotivated. There are no motives behind, and uninterrupted. There is no like, okay, I'm happy, I'm doing it. I'm not happy, I'm not doing it. They're all the time, whether they're happy, sad, whatever, but their love for the Lord never diminished. So Hanumanji is such a beautiful, wonderful example. And he even in Krishna Lila, you see that Hanumanji sat on the flag of Arjuna. And then that is one of the signs of victory, for the Pandavas. Hanumanji's mood, throughout Ram Lila, we see that someone extraordinary, and his love for Lord Rama is like a very heart touching. Like we know this pastime of Mother Sita, once she was putting sindoor, and Lord Ram, Hanumanji asked, "What is that you are putting on your, forehead?" So then, on the partition of your hair. Then Mother Sita said, "This will make Lord Ram happy," just to give a simple answer. But he took it very deeply into his heart. And the next day, when Lord Ram saw Hanumanji, he was full of kumkums, on his body. And Lord Ram asked, what happened to you? And then he said that Mother Sita said that she's putting that little sindoor on her hair, the partition of the hair that make you happy. So then I thought, okay, if that little kumkum can make you happy, I thought if I put all over, you will be more happy. That's the mood. To give joy for the Lord. So, all these servants, the pure devotees, are constantly reminding us how we can turn that consciousness from making ourselves happy towards making Krishna happy, making Radha Krishna happy, making our acharyas happy. Because when we make them happy, naturally we will become happy. That is a true way of becoming happy. When we want to become happy, independent of the Lord, actually we become miserable, because that is a material thought. And in this material world, whatever ways we try, it may give us a little happiness for some time, and then we all know, then it is followed by misery. That's the way, the material world is. The happiness in this material world are short-lived. How much ever one may try, but then it is only short-lived. But whereas the bliss which is coming out of, serving the Lord is like long-lived. And because that is what is our original position. We are spirit soul, not this body. The happiness from the body and mind are actually in one sense distress. We cannot derive happiness through our body and mind, which are material, because we are not body and mind, we are spirit. So a spirit soul can only derive happiness from a spiritual things, or from something spiritual. That only can actually satisfy the spirit. We all have experience. It's just that we have to remind ourselves. So here we see that Hanumanji is setting such a wonderful example of a servant, how one should try to offer a selfless service to the Supreme Lord. So we are beginning this month with that mood of remembering Hanumanji, and how as Murari Gupta also, he was serving the Lord so amazingly. Uh, so these are some of the things which, with that, constantly we remind ourselves and begin with that blessings of Hanumanji. And then we see that um, yeah, so then even, we see that the Murari Gupta's place is a very beautiful place. We can see in Mayapur, if someone is uh, I've already seen this. Great. If you have not seen this Murari Gupta's place, it is quite close to uh, the Chandrodaya Mandir, the Radha Madhava temple. Just taking a rickshaw, we can go and take darshan of this beautiful place. You know, so like that, Mahaprabhu would, in the initial days, he would, make fun of Murari Gupta, and he would play with him, teasingly, because Murari Gupta was also very scholarly. But Mahaprabhu, Mahaprabhu as an Imam would go and, fight, debate with him, and then try to defeat him. And then, but Murari Gupta was always very, very loving, towards the Lord. So there's a lot of pastime there. And then we see Narottama Das Thakur's disappearance day coming. I think it is 11th this year. It is 11th of co- coming Saturday. And Narottama Das Thakur, also very, very great personality, very dear associate of Mahaprabhu. I mean, we can't just finish talking about him. It's amazing. Many of the Vaishnava songbook, the songs, if you see, like after Bhakti Vinod Thakur, you see Narottam Das Thakur songs. Uh, Such an elevated personality in Narottam Das Thakur. His stories, if you see, too, was somewhat similar with Raghunatha Dasa Goswami, who was born to a great billionaires, like zamindars, landlords, and then how he got attracted to the pastimes of the Lord, and then he went in search of the search of the Lord's associates. Narottam Das Thakur stories like that. I'm not going into the details of the story, but Narottam Das Thakur is also an amazing, amazing personality. Completely, his one of the examples we can take from, just like Hanumanji, we saw selfless service. We see Narottam Das Thakur, so many things we can take, and especially his humility. My God, it's mind blowing. Nowadays we see that taking initiations has become easy, actually, comparatively. Nowadays, by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, we could connect to a guru, and, and connect to the disciplic succession, to the bona fide sampradaya. And those days, if you see that, Narottama Das Thakur, when he wanted to take an initiation
I
from
want to tell
Lokanath
you
Goswami,
something before you watch.
the Lokanath Goswami felt that
Gege.
I'm totally
Daughter
unqualified.
complete.
I cannot give initiation to anybody.
Small for Chakara.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Okay. Okay, so so such a mood that is, he didn't want to give initiation at all, but Narottama Das Thakur was so determined that if at all I am taking, Diksha, I have to take from Loknath Goswami. And we know the pastime, how being a prince, how he came to Vrindavan, to look for the associates of the Lord, and then because he rejected it. Generally, when anyone rejects us, doesn't matter. It could be even a spiritual master, it could be anyone for that matter. We feel very pain. We feel that hurt. We feel not just hurt, we feel that, why, they have rejected me. Rather, we get annoyed, sometimes we get angry, we get upset. These are the mixed emotions a person may get when someone rejects us. We get angry, we get upset, we feel why they have to reject me. A lot of questions comes in our heart, or we get discouraged, or we get frustrated. All these are the symptoms of their natural conditioned souls when they get rejected by anybody. But here you see Narottama Das Thakur, he was rejected left and right. What was his mood? He was thinking, how can I serve him? And then he was hiding. He was hiding, and when behind his cottage, and when Lokanath Goswami would go for his morning call, and he will finish all his morning duties and come back. He will go, Narottama Das Thakur, without anybody's knowledge, he will go and clean all the place he has urinated, so he will clean all those places without his knowledge. He was doing this for nearly a year. And Lokanath Goswami would wonder, who is this person who is doing all these things? And one day he was hiding and he was watching, and he saw Narottama Das is doing all this. He was so touched. And without even questioning, without even doing anything, he didn't justify, he didn't do any of those things. The heart of these acharyas are extraordinary. If at all we want to progress in our own spiritual life with the right spirit and consciousness, we need to read about these acharyas. We need to constantly hear about them, their extraordinary qualities, their divine qualities, selfless attitude, their humility, their love for Krishna, and their respect for the Vaishnavas. Mind blowing. When we constantly hear it actually being conditioned, our heart feels, oh my God, where do I stand? What kind of devotion am I practicing? That kind of a question will arise in our heart. We feel ashamed. Oh my God, what kind of devotion is this? Is it devotion, first of all? Am I doing devotional service for Krishna? And only when we feel like that, then we will be able to really learn what is the pure or the right spirit of doing or serving Krishna. So that is why constantly we need to hear about these acharyas, their unparalleled love for Krishna, and their beautiful, beautiful Vaishnava qualities, their humility. So this Lokanath Goswami pastime is something is very heart touching, for everyone. And personally, that particular pastime is like very, very, just I don't know what words to use, but it's something so dear and so wonderful to hear, to reflect on one's own self and to see, how do I serve my spiritual master? How do I serve Srila Prabhupada? What is my mood? It is something to reflect. And they are actually they are giving a scale, or they are giving the like they are setting the role model. They are the role models, and then for us to kind of see how far we are away, what are we doing, and what lessons we can learn from them. So, and Narottama Das Thakur also, how loving he was towards all the devotees. Loving means not just by words. Sometimes we mistake love, as saying some nice, sweet words, or, say, I love you, or even among devotees, or in the family, or whatever. That is what we think love is, but that is so superficial. We see that when we actually see the acharyas and the devotees, their love is something extraordinary. Love means what good I am doing for the other person. What am I doing that will actually make them happy or will please them? Or if it is someone junior, in what way I can benefit that individual. That is the consciousness. It's not about just the words, adjusting things, speaking. These are all okay. We can. It's not that we should not do it, but that doesn't really measure one's love. And here we see Narottama Das Thakur's song itself, he says, he was very dear to Srinivas Acharya. Srinivas Acharya is the one who has sung this Sad Goswami Ashaka. And when Srinivas Acharya left this world, Narottama Das Thakur was heartbroken, when he left to the spiritual world. He was heartbroken, and he sang the song Jay Anilo Premadana. That song only we nowadays sing when any Vaishnavas leave this world. We sing that song out of separation for that particular Vaishnava. And then when that song, even when you check in the song book Jay Anilo Premadana, just like it breaks the heart. That's the spirit Narottama Das Thakur has sung, full of love. Even a person who doesn't understand anything, but just we sing and hear and read the meaning, it will touch even iron like heart also, it will melt. These are the words of these personalities. So their love is more from heart. Their love is very deep. And so when we take a friendship, Ramachandra Kaviraj was also a very dear friend of Narottama Das. What is true friendship? What is spiritual friendship? Spiritual friendship is not just we handshake and just say Hari Bol and walk away, but spiritual friendship is far beyond the physical level. How much I am actually thinking of the welfare of the other person, that matters a lot. I may be even physically away, but how much I am thinking for the well being of the other person. What am I doing for that person, in relation with Krishna? That is actually matters in a friendship or in any relationship for that matter. It could be a parental relationship, it could be a fraternal relationship, it could be marital relationship, anything. The true relationship is in line with Krishna, and to see that how the other partner or the other person, we are actually trying to connect them closer, or already they are in a higher level, how we can serve them or what will make them happy. That is the spirit of love. And then Narottam Das Thakur's disappearance. So Acharya's appearance and disappearance are very, very, auspicious days, because the Lord, disappearance means they have gone back to the spiritual world, and appearance means out of their causeless mercy they are coming to the material world to benefit all of us. So that means it is so special for us, whether they are going back to the spiritual world or they're descending down to benefit us. We are very grateful. So these are the days we want to be more grateful, and we want to sing their song that day. We want to offer prayer to them. We want to beg for their mercy, so that we can develop an iota of those spiritual qualities and devotion in our life. These are the days we can beg for their mercy. So that's why these are super special days. And what would make them more happy? Not only we are begging and praying, that day if we do a lot of programs, we are going and booking a lot of home programs, we are going and giving out the mercy. And when the acharyas see that this is a person going there and giving Krishna to everyone, then that's it. They will shower unlimited mercy. So that's what we want to do on all these special days. These special days are, number one, to actually remember Krishna, to remember Srimati Radharani, to remember Srila Prabhupada and all the associates, and offering our gratitude for all the mercy what we have received, and to see in what way we can serve them. And what is the best way in Damodar we can serve them? As many home programs as possible. We go there, sing Damodar Ashtaka, make someone think of about Krishna, chant Krishna's name, take a book, like a Bolo Krishna, Bhajo Krishna. Damodar is all about this three only. Bolo Krishna, Bhajo Krishna, Koro Krishna Siksha. Bolo Krishna means chant Krishna's name. We chant, we want to make others chant Krishna's name. Bhajo Krishna, we want to worship, like we worship Damodar in the month of Kartik, and then we want everyone to worship Damodar by offering a lamb. And then Koro Krishna Siksha, we read books like Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, and in the month of Kartik, because that is very, very dear to the Lord. And then we want others to do also. So that's why we keep the book tables, we distribute the books on this month. So these three things Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told, Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Thakur. Suno Suno Nityananda, Suno Haridas. He gave an instruction, oh my dear Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Thakur, please listen. What you have to do, go door to door and beg people for these alms. And what are the alms you have to beg for? These three things. Bolo Krishna, Bhajo Krishna, Koro Krishna Siksha. Go and knock every door and beg the people, please chant Krishna's name, worship Krishna, and please, take the teachings of Krishna to your heart. That is the books. So this is what Nityananda Prabhu did 500 years before. He and Haridas Thakur would go knock the door, and when someone opens the door, you know what they would be doing? They won't be able to find anybody, and they will think, oh, someone knocked the door, but then there is no one. And when they look down, they see Nityananda Prabhu is offering prostrate obeisances. Imagine, he's Lord Balarama. And he is offering obeisances, prostrate obeisances, and folding his hands with a humble mood. He said, please, my dear, my dear person, please chant Krishna's name. Bolo Krishna, Bhajo Krishna. I am begging you. So the spirit of doing devotional service or preaching, preaching is not like forcing. Preaching is all with that heart. And Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Thakur showed us. We are not just going knocking the door because today 100 doors knocked. Oh, my Damodar score increased. No, we are not doing that. We are going and knocking the door because we want to help that householder in that life to take up, these instructions in there, because their life will be blessed. Their life will be blessed. That is the intention, that is the mood we are going. And in that way, we want to do as many people get blessed. That is the spirit. Sankalpa of number of doors, number of books is for what? So that I can help, I can become an instrument in benefiting so many number of souls, giving books to so many number of souls. This is the intention behind. And especially these special days when we do it, we are the one who is going to get a lot of mercy. Okay, so 11th is, date wise, some dates I am not sure. You can see in the calendar. Then Radhakund and Shamakund appearance is also coming. And we all know what a special place is Radhakund. Srila Rupa Goswami says, in this entire universe, the topmost, the holiest, the most sacred places, Radhakund. So the most holiest place is Mathura. In Mathura, Vrindavan is more sacred. And in Vrindavan, Govardhan is more and more sacred. And in Govardhan, we see that Radha Kund is the topmost. So Krishna said, just like Srimati Radharani is very dear to me, her bathing place, Radha Kund, is also very, very dear to me. So Radha Kund appearance day is coming, Bahulashtami. And as we know, this pastime, like Arishtasura, this demon, he came like a bull, he came in the disguise of a bull, and Krishna killed him. So then Srimati Radharani and all the gopis said, now you have committed, like when you kill a cow or a bull, then you get that sin. So you go and take bath in all the holy rivers. So just like they were jokingly saying. And then Krishna called all the, all the holy rivers. He made a pond, and in that all the holy rivers came, and then they filled the pond. And Krishna took bath in those holy waters and came out, and he said, "Now I am sinless." And he said to Srimati Radharani, you said Arishasura, Arishasura was not a bull, he was a demon. He has come to commit, he has done a great offense. So it is not considered as a go hatya. But then still Srimati Radharani said, because he has come in that form, you need to do that. Then Krishna said, because you sided, Arishasura, so now you also have to take bath. Then Srimati Radha, then Krishna said, you can take bath in my kund. Srimati Radha said, no, 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 I'm not going to take bath in that kund, because all the sins, you have taken bath, and that go hatya, everything, that sin of killing the bull is there in that water. So I'm not going to take bath. We will create our own kund. So then Srimati Radharani and the gopis, and then they made a kund, and they were going till Manasi Ganga, bringing the water. And Krishna saw they are putting so much of efforts. Then what Krishna did? Then Krishna, said to all the holy personalities, holy rivers, who are personalities, that, please fill the Radha Kund. So then the Radha Kund was filled like that. So then Srimati Radharani was very pleased. So this is a very beautiful, and it is, by, it's not everyone can just like that get inside the water, because it's a particular day. Some, we have to do offer prayers, and in a very proper consciousness, only one can at least sprinkle that water. So this Bahulashtami is a very beautiful day, very dear to Srimati Radharani. Just imagine, we are doing a lot of Damodar programs on that day. It is going to be amazing, isn't it? So like that, this is another one. And then we all know that Diwali and Govardhan Puja is coming. And Diwali is the day, of course, we know Lord Ram coming back from to Ayodhya after 14 years of exile, and how the residents of Ayodhya were so lovingly waiting to receive Lord Ram. So that is the Deepavali, which is the lamp of love offered by the residents of Ayodhya. So that is another pastime, and we see that that is the same day for us. Is the this Damodar Leela happened. We know that story of Mother Yashoda. The whole pastime of Damodar Leela happened on the Diwali day, and I would recommend everyone to read Krishna book, even though you might know the story many times. But when we keep reading so many times again and again, so many past, I mean, so many new lessons we can learn from those pastimes. That is the amazing thing about this transcendental literatures. We may think, yeah, I know this two three pastimes, two three takeaways. No, no, there are hundreds of takeaways. When we actually keep reading it, we see that, oh wow, how many times I've read it, but I didn't see this before. So that's why we have to keep reading it, and we find so many this thing. I was so fascinated again once, when I read it few times. Krishna says, we know that Manigriva and Nalakuvira were cursed by Narada Muni, and then he said that I cannot take back, but you will appear in the courtyard of Nanda Maharaj, and you will be able to see Krishna face to face, right? So, because of Narada Muni's mercy, we know that Nalakuvira and Manigriva could get the darshan of Krishna. You will be very surprised, or people who have already read it, or if you have not read it, you please go and read Krishna book this pastime. Or you have Srimad Bhagavatam also in the 10th canto. You can read this pastime. Krishna glorifies Narada Muni. Krishna says to Nalakuvira and Manigriva, you are so fortunate that you could get darshan of Narada Muni. Just imagine. We say that Nalakuvira and Manigriva is blessed to get Krishna's darshan. But Krishna is telling to Nalakuvira and Manigriva, you are very blessed to get the darshan of Narada Muni. See, the darshan of pure devotees is very, very powerful. That is why the association of pure devotees is something very, very the glories in the scriptures, so much glories are spoken about just taking darshan of the pure devotees. It is mentioned that if someone goes to Ganga and take bath, all our sins gets cleansed, right? But only after going to Ganga, we get down, we go and take bath, then the sins gets washed off. But just by looking at a pure devotee, is mere darshan, his glance is so powerful that it can cleanse all our sinful reactions just by the mere sight of those darshan of those pure devotees. That's the power of Vaishnavas. So how we should value the Vaishnavas, pure devotees, and how we should grab the opportunity. So this month, when we get an opportunity to serve any devotees, it is wonderful, wonderful. And this pure devotees also gets pleased. How? When we do what they want. Their Vani Seva. Srila Prabhupada is a pure devotee. All our acharyas are pure devotees. And they are constantly saying what? Please share this mercy with everyone. Let everyone get benefited. Srila Prabhupada, he said that Mahaprabhu, every town and village, his name will be sung. And Srila Prabhupada wanted all his disciples, grand disciples, all of us, to, spread this Krishna consciousness all over the world, wherever we are. Uh, so that means if we all of us take the Sankalpa, okay, I am going to, as a Bhakti Vriksha, as a team, already the sankalpas would have been shared with all of you. So I am going to do my quota of books, this thing, wherever Diwali program, our eyes are always looking out. What is happening? Where I can give Damodar, where I can give books, where I can actually make people do Damodar. So that is the vision we want to have in this month of Dhamma, because that will please Srila Prabhupada and all the acharyas. So this is a very, very amazing opportunity we have got this whole month. We don't want to miss this special this thing. Then also it is appearance of Lord Veerachandra. Veerachandra is actually Nityananda Prabhu's son. So it is a very, very special Nityananda Prabhu. We all know without his mercy we cannot get Mahaprabhu. And he's who, he was also son of Nityananda Prabhu, having the same mood of compassion. you know so he appeared, and so we these are the special days when we do something which is dear to Lord Nityananda Prabhu. And Nityananda Prabhu, what did he do? He went door to door. Just imagine the Lord himself going door to door and begging for people to take up the message. Then we Damodar month means, Damodar programs means, we are all following the footsteps of Shri Nityananda Prabhu. How glorious! We don't deserve, but we are the fortunate people to be part of that extended pastimes of Shri Shri Gaur Nitai. 500 years before Nityananda Prabhu knocked each door, Haridas Thakur Nama Acharya, he knocked each door and asked for the same thing what we are now we are trying to do. So we are very, very blessed. We are very blessed. So we don't want to miss this opportunity. As a token of gratitude, we want to try sincerely with the right spirit. That is important. In this month, that is one of the important thing which we want to focus, is that when we are doing this, going and encouraging people to do all these things, we don't want to we want to focus to do things in a very Vaishnava way, not like a material competition. uh, like, oh, you done, I am doing that kind of a competition. Rather, we are here to help each other, how we can work together. The spirit should not get lost in the name of doing all these things. That is most important. These things are there to please the purpose. We should not The purpose behind the sankalpa should not be forgotten. So when we do it, we see that the more we give Krishna to others, the more we can get Krishna. That's the secret. How many people we are trying to help them to become Krishna conscious? Naturally, we will progress in our own Krishna consciousness. The more people we try to help them advance, we ourselves will advance. So that is something. So this Diwali Damodar Leela story is there in the book. Please read. So the power of pure devotees. So when we get an opportunity, sometimes the visiting devotees are coming, we are getting an opportunity to serve them in whatever capacity possible. We grab the opportunity to serve them in this month. Service, any service comes this month, we try to grab. But of course, we don't forget the purpose. We are aligned also. Not just, oh, any service I'm getting, so I close my eyes and do it. We understand. And certain things we are confused. It is good to ask other devotees. That is a very wonderful spirit. If you see, in the Chaitanya Charitamrita pastimes, if you see, even Mahaprabhu, his Supreme Lord, he don't have to ask advice from anybody or suggestions from anybody. He's Swarat, independent. The Lord is independent. He can do anything and nobody can question him. But he asks his associates, okay, what do you think? And when he was going to Vrindavan, he was asking, is it okay for me to go now? And then they all suggest that, no, no, you have to take one servant along with you. But Mahaprabhu was listening to all of them. So this is something important, not that we are very independent. I decide, I take a decision and I act. That is like a materialistic spirit. In this world, people who are independent, the world will appreciate them. Yes, independent in the sense that we are not like all the time leaning on someone. But the point is, in the spiritual line, humility is shown by for humility is naturally understood, or we can see people who are humble. They are not independent people. They're independent in the sense, oh, I know everything, I know what is best for me, I know what service I have to do. No, that's totally independent nature. And then what happens after sometimes we do, then we repent, or regret, oh, I have done this. But for us, that feeling, oh, how can I go and ask someone, is this good for me? Or, which one I should choose? Sometimes there are two services coming together. Which one I should choose? Both are service. Yeah. So if I cannot take a decision, then I actually approach someone. Okay, which one you think I should be doing it? and then take a this thing and then reflect on it and then see and then go forward. But many times we bring our independent nature, because why we are in this material world? Because we want to be independent, right? We want to be independently enjoying, from Krishna. We don't want to be with Krishna. We want to be, why I have to be with everyone? Let me come separate. That separate mentality, separatist mentality, Prabhupada writes that. We carry that and come, and we are carrying it now. That is why we are conditioned. But we have to remind ourselves that if I are going to hold on to that consciousness, we are the one who are going to be big losers. The people who are who take suggestions and inputs from others, actually those are the people who actually grow. That's what Krishna likes. Servant of servant, not like I go straight and I try to do. It may look like, oh, I'm doing it. I may do it externally. Internally, I will not grow. That's a reality, so that we need to something to work on. So please read the Damodar Leela, from the Krishna book, or from Srimad Bhagavatam. It will be wonderful. And then there is Govardhan Puja also. It's a month Krishna took the little finger, the Govardhan hill, and how he gave such a joy to all the residents of Vrindavan. In fact, this Govardhan Leela is very dear to the Vrindavan Vasis. You know why? For the gopis also, especially because Krishna would go for grazing the cows in the morning, so the whole day they never get opportunity to associate with Krishna, to see Krishna. So they would miss Krishna so much. So even Mother Yashoda, Nanda Baba, all of them would miss Krishna, because Krishna would go for grazing. Only the friends of Krishna would be there with him. And when evening comes, the friends of Krishna would miss him. Nanda Baba and Yashoda would become happy. So, but in the Govardhan Leela, all of them came under the Govardhan hill. So everyone could enjoy the beautiful nectarian face of Krishna. They were drinking the nectar from Krishna's beautiful lotus face every single day for 7 days. They were all, nothing else they were doing. They were like, without blinking the eyes, they were relishing Krishna's beautiful form. So that happened in Govardhan Leela only. That beautiful thing happened. So Govardhan pastime is such a very sweet pastime. So that is also happening. Um, so these are all the amazing days we can actually trying to see what we can do. And even we see how Indra's pride was crushed, pride before we fall. So how, we have to be so careful about that, and we pray to Krishna to protect us from false pride. So many lessons, from that. And then Gopashtami also is coming. That is the day Krishna was given, Krishna got promoted from grazing the calves to the cows. And very different leelas in Mayapur. Actually, we can see Srimati Radharani's lotus feet on the Gopashtami day, because she would dress like a gopa and would go with Krishna for grazing cow. There are some pastimes. So that day we can see the lotus feet of Srimati Radharani, because she would dress like a gopa boy. So Gopashtami is also coming. And then okay, so then we also have many acharyas disappearance of Gadadhar Das Goswami, Dhananjay Pandit, Srinivas Acharya, Narottama Das Thakur, as we were talking about. Then Ekadasi, we'll be having two Ekadasis, which are very, very, Ekadasi itself is very dear to the Lord. It is very Madhava Tithi, which gives bhakti. And this Ekadasi are very, very special. And we know the last 5 days, and before that, it is also disappearance of Gaur Kishodas Babaji Maharaj, who is the spiritual master of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. He was also a great, liberated personality, Gaur Kishodas Babaji Maharaj. Completely, keeping him highly renounced. And how he rejected also Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. He said that, you're a scholar, I am nowhere, I can't give you initiation. But then how Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur begged for his mercy and attracted the mercy and became the disciple of Gaur Kishodas Babaji. So amazing. That is the disappearance day of Gaur Kishodas is also there. And also disappearance, very important, disappearance of His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. How much we owe to Srila Prabhupada, we can never repay back what Srila Prabhupada has given us. Today we are sitting and talking about Damodar Leela or observing Damodar month, doing all these things purely because of him. If he has not taken, that great voyage, to the Western world, we won't be here today talking about all these wonderful things. We don't know what would have been our life, what we would have been doing at this point of time. So we really very indebted to Srila Prabhupada. So it's Srila Prabhupada's disappearance is coming. So what we can do on the day. So these are the days we can, and then the last 5 days we know from Uttana Ekadasi, the last 5 days Bhishma Panchaka, super special days. And we have this special Bhishma Panchaka fast, Vratas are there. We can try to follow that. And the last day is a Kartik Purnima. So beginning with Sharat Purnima tomorrow, then we see Kartik Purnima the last day. And there's so in that way, the entire month is filled with so many festivals, appearance, disappearance days of great acharyas, including His Divine Grace, S. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Oh, what a mercy! It is power-packed, power-packed month. So let us grab this opportunity. I hope many of you have booked the home programs for yourself, or sorry, for your friends. Please spread the word around. Otherwise, how people will know? It is very, very simple. They don't have to do much. We have to just tell the devotees, like it's the month of Diwali. We are celebrating the whole month this festival of Diwali. One is Lord Ram's Leela, another is Damodar Leela, Krishna's Leela. And how the Damodar Leela's standing out point is Krishna is conquered only by love, nothing else. Nothing else attracts him in this world. One may do so many things, but nothing pleases Krishna except love. So how we can develop that love? We can pray for that love, but at the same time, the two finger shot is our endeavor is important. Our enthusiasm and determination to do something is very important. And then Krishna's mercy, both are important. But to attract Krishna's mercy, we need to put our enthusiastic efforts. So this Kartik month is, we can understand, okay, let me put my enthusiastic efforts, service with great determination. I'm sure it will attract Krishna's mercy. So in that way, we ourselves can develop more love for Krishna, and then also we can help many people to come closer to Krishna, to develop more love for Krishna. So it is all about love only. Developing love for Krishna and helping others to develop love for Krishna. So it's so beautiful. So this is a very, very powerful month, and we all of us know we get some extra energy in this month. I mean, many devotees have shared it, and I think you would also agree. Somewhere that special energy comes because it's a month of Srimati Radharani, and she's so merciful. She just gives us that unlimited mercy. So please, please grab this opportunity. Encourage everyone to book home programs, door to door, plan everything as a unit, work together, and then together we can all achieve this wonderful sankalpa. And in that way, so many people in this whole month are getting blessed, to chant Krishna's name, to, offer Damodar lamp for Krishna, and then to read Bhagavad Gita, to get a copy of Gita and Prabhupada's books to read every single day. It's so amazing it is. So that's all I would like to share. And many of you are amazingly doing this service for many, many years. Srila Prabhupada would be very pleased. And the mood of, a practitioner is, I want to do more, or I want to, do with more heart into it, so that I can please more and more. So that's the spirit we want to work on. And every week we thought that, of course you have a program, you can go. If you're not going on a Monday evening for a program, please do join the session. We are going to put updates on a weekly update, who has gone where, if any pictures or, like anything is there. And even if someone wants to share something, uh, their reciprocations from Krishna, or their reflections from the Damodar program, how they feel, what they feel. We'll be having a slot where devotees can share their reflections in this month. So it will become more lively, and everyone can feel enlivened hearing not just me talking, but others can share as well. Even the children can take part, the teens can take part, youths can take part, men can take part, women can take part, everyone as a family can take part. Amazing it is. So let's all pray that we can all become pleasing, loving instruments in the hands of Sri Guru and Gauranga and Srila Prabhupada. So that's the prayer. So I'll stop here. And if you have any questions, or you have anything to share, or you want to add something, please let me know. Anything? Yeah. If anything is there, if anything I've missed, you want to add, or you want to say something, then maybe 5 minutes. Otherwise, we'll end here. Um, but it was very nice to have you all. So, as I said, every Monday it would be very nice also to see how others are doing when we see pictures of how devotees went and did something. And we will also give a report because there is a daily report going. And the devotees from each of your circles, you will be having a Damodar coordinator who will be sending the messages to Kripa Sindhu Prabhu, who is actually the outreach leader. He's heading this service for quite some time, and then he's very diligently doing this service. And he would collect all this data, and then he will share in the international group. Also, we have an international group at various locations. Everyone is coming and then sharing this. So please do take pictures wherever you're going. And my another request is that wherever you're doing Damodar, whether it is a home program, of course, in home program, everyone will chant Krishna's name, but even in door to door, you can make people chant at least one time Hare Krishna. Of course, we don't want to force. We can say that if you would like to say this mantra, then you can give a mantra card you can take, and then they can see and say Hare Krishna once at least. They will be so blessed. Anyway, we are taking effort all the way going. So not only they're just showing the lamp, if they like, we can help them to chant Krishna's name once, at least Hare Krishna once. That'll be really nice. And then also we carry books, and see that we could give every place we carry books, we carry the lamp, and then we make them chant Krishna's name, Hare Krishna. If we have more mantra cards, then we can give the mantra cards also, so they can actually chant the whole month. So like this, we want to, before going to a program, we want to sit and reflect how I can benefit. I'm going to a home program. How can I help these people? Okay, what are the things I need to take? We have already a checklist. Just to go through the whole checklist. Pray nicely. It would be very nice if you want. Maybe you can read this Jaladuta prayer of Srila Prabhupada. When Srila Prabhupada went in Jaladuta, he wrote this poem, like Markine Dharma, that particular poem where he says, my dear Lord, I don't know why I've come to this place, so please make my words convincing for the audience. But so we can read Srila Prabhupada's that poem. Actually, that sets a mood. How Prabhupada prayed. He is a liberated soul, already pure devotee. Without prayer, we cannot actually touch anybody. We may be totally unqualified. We may not be very expert in speaking. We may not be very wonderfully singing. Doesn't matter. These qualifications are not really important. If we have, excellent, we can use in Krishna service. If we don't have, we don't have to feel demotivated. What Krishna is looking for is, do you have a desire to give? Give me to others. That's all. And then we, with that intention of giving Krishna, even we may not speak wonderfully, we may not sing wonderfully, no problem. Anyway, it is a team effort. We may have some devotees who are good in singing. Take them. Even there could be devotees who like to speak. Okay, even I can say a few words. Even I may not be expert, but then I can go, I can assist in doing something. Some way I want to be part of it. And if you have a right intention and the mood to help, two things. One, I want to please Krishna, Srila Prabhupada. Second is I want to help that soul in that home. I want to help that family. I want to help that individual. Genuinely, genuinely. Genuinely, that's underlining. Genuinely, I want to help. When we actually bring that to our consciousness, And with that kind heart, with that intention, we go, sure, their heart will be touched. So that is what we wanted to do. This two consciousness. That's why they say with Krishna, we want to develop prema. And with the fellow devotees, we want to be develop friendship, maitri. Hmm? Prema, maitri, karuna. For those who are juniors or those who have not got Krishna consciousness, to those people we want to be very kind, merciful, kind, compassionate. And then people who are envious, we keep distance, indifferent. So, but mainly with Krishna, we want that prema. So the mood is Krishna, I want to do this to please you. So it pleases Srila Prabhupada, pleases you. And then with the fellow devotees, we want to work cooperatively in a very loving mood. Okay, you want to do this, you want to do this. Okay, what we are going to do together. We plan nicely, and then we want to offer this service, collective service. Then we are thinking, oh, this householder where I am entering, they all should become blessed. They all should take up Krishna consciousness. With that spirit, we are entering every home, or knocking every door, or giving every book, making them chant with that intention. Then we truly feel very blissful. The whole Damodar will be super blissful for all of us when we constantly remind ourselves with this consciousness, because the mind is like, we all know, I don't have to say. Our mind is like, one day it says very nice, and another day it will be something else. So we cannot rely on our mind, but we have to constantly preach to our mind. So, in that way, we can keep up the spirit, proper spirit and peace. Yeah. So thank you so much for joining today. It's an opportunity for me to talk about Krishna Damodar. At least I can be of some service. And yeah, anything else? Otherwise, we'll end. Okay. So looks like everyone is fine. Okay, thank you so much. So please share your reports. So next week, if anyone would like to share, we will have many stories or anything to share. That'll be very nice, so we can feel inspired. Yeah. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Yashoda Damodar ki jai, Radha Damodar Bhagavan ki jai. Damodar Kartik Maas ki jai, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol.
So,
Thank you.
thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Thank
Thank you,
you.
Mataji.
Thank you so much.
हरे कृष्ण माता जी
Hare Krishna
Thank
Prabhu.
you,
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna. Thank you.